What's up, everybody? It's your favorite vegetable, asparagus, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Transbots Prosecutor. This is on loan to me from Robert D, and it is only staying here briefly until it goes on its way onto Jisk. So I wanted you to see all the stuff it kind of comes with. I am going to go ahead and put the arms on him. I'm going to install the batteries, which Robert D bought and sent me separately through Amazon so that I would get it beforehand so that I'd have no excuse to not install them. And I think he thinks that that's going to justify the price to me. I'm not sure that it will, but time will tell in less than 3, as they say in Macbeth. So let's go ahead and get started. But in order to start, we're going to start with accessories. So obviously they come with the 6 green legs and or arms. Or tentacles, whatever you want to call them. And they also come with this white bit here. And then 6 screws. They actually come with a 7th screw, I guess, in case you lose one. And you just insert the legs in and then screw them in. How do you screw them in? They give you my favorite accessory of all time, a little third-party screwdriver. And that's how you assemble those. Then you have to clip these pieces in, and they should have come up with a better way. It should have been like a put in and turn. But as it is, it's just pressure. And it's not the easiest thing to do. I've already done it once on the other side there. You know, and I feel like I'm putting a lot of stress on these little rubber bits. There. Did you hear it? That was it. And now they're in. Good night. Gimmicks-wise, it takes some batteries. Robert bought the batteries. I did install them. And if you press this button here on the back, they're also rechargeable. You can recharge them right there. There's the plug for it. To access them, you just pull off this chest piece, unscrew this section here, and the batteries sit behind it. They're not AA or AAA. They're something more obscure. But okay, so here we go. Ready? I'm gonna dull the lights back a little bit too. Here we go. It can do that.
Has the Imperial Magistrate reached a verdict?
I have.
Guilty or innocent?
So we can do that.
Feed him to the shark robots. Soon you too shall receive your sentence.
The shark robots.
Before His Imperial Magistrate delivers a verdict, would you like to beg for your lives? It sometimes helps, but not often.
I wonder who they got to do that voice.
Execute them.
But they missed a yellow piece fell off. That's been falling off
Has the Imperial Magistrate reached a verdict?
the whole time. It can light up here down at the bottom. This yellow piece has been falling out the whole time. And the eyes can light up. And that's all cool. But that's not all. So you get this, which is the remote control. Now, you could turn this on. It's not really easy to tell when it's off. You know, no clue. But let's do the tentacles. So silly.
Has the Imperial Magistrate reached a verdict?
Light switch on, off. Auto.
Has the Imperial Magistrate
So that's everything.
Guilty or innocent?
Which doesn't seem to be doable manually, unless I've got that wrong.
Feed him to the shark robots.
And then I just turn the whole thing off. And that's it. So, I mean, I get it. I do. Let's move on to the review. And we'll get in tight on the head sculpt for Dennis. So it's very cartoon accurate, very simple. As a result, maybe a little goofy. Some could argue all in the right ways. I wouldn't deny that. It's fully painted with metallic paints and pearlescent paints. Pretty good. The jaw does not operate independently of the gimmicks. So it's always going to kind of do what it wants to do in regard to the electronics, and it's not really posable beyond that. There's a waist swivel. I'll get to that here in a minute. The head is on a massive ball peg, so you can get confused quintesson face, down, up, and a swivel. And we'll back out now. Oh, look at the paint there on the side. It is nicely painted. Transbots definitely knows what they're doing in regard to paint these days. waist swivel, ratcheted for whatever reason. We have nice green paint there, metallic orange paint. These pieces are not painted, and this one is constantly falling out for me, as you saw. And then you have the tentacles. They are all have wireframes built in. That's why they have the little holes in them for the same reason. It's like part of the process, really. So you can bend those up however you see fit. And then you have 6 of those, obviously. Once again, they don't move really at the shoulder. Like I wouldn't spin them because the electronics is supposed to handle that. Then down for the bottom, we have this. It's done in that kind of pearlescent color. It looks good. And then we have the metallic red inside. That looks good. This metallic silver, like blue silver, and then the yellow painted, and then a translucent base for it to sit on. And there it is from the back. There's that button again, in case you didn't get a clear view when we went through it. But yeah, I mean, let's do some size comparisons. Size comparison wise, there he is with Starling, Trailbreaker, and Make Toys Jazz. So I mean, he's huge, you know, so to speak. And I don't know. That might be accurate. I'm not sure if it is or isn't. It doesn't feel right to me. They don't feel this big to me, so to speak. God bless. But that doesn't make it, you know, inherently bad. It'll have more display presence as a result and stuff like that. So I'm not ultimately mad at it. But I just want to give you an idea. Like it's massive, so to speak. Getting there. Also, real quick, I've already done the final thoughts, and I talk about some of the parts that are frustrating. And one thing that I didn't mention about the frustrating parts was getting the thing that holds the tentacles to connect inside of the body of the Quintesson, and it should have been easier. There should have been like a quarter turn to lock in instead of that. That was a poor design choice. So just add that to the frustration bits, because I forgot that, and it would have been a good example to use. Final thoughts wise, let's start with the negatives. For me, I think the most glaring negative is the price point. BBTS has it for $130. It's not the worst price in the world. It's just an awful lot to pay for a Quintesson. And I'm not saying that this doesn't deserve that price point, because I think it probably does. I think that for me, I'd rather 86 the electronics. 86. See what I did? I'm good at this. Stop it. But 86 the electronics, get this for about 80 to 90 bucks, and then I'd feel, but something about spending 130, 40 bucks. And I think it's cheaper than the Death one though, isn't it? On top of that, there's build issues. I got this piece that's constantly falling out, for instance. I wish you had some manual control over the jaw, so to speak. This has been a terrible review for that. God bless. And then the batteries, like I hate that it takes like obscure batteries, and they may just be obscure because I'm American, and I'm willing to accept that. But it's like, and then just 2 different sets. It's a different set for this one. They're like AAAs, but they're not AAAs. Then there's a set of those that go in there, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like, why make this any more frustrating of an experience than it should have to be? And it shouldn't be frustrating. It should just be like, take out the box and go, you know? But it still finds a way to kind of get on my nerves. But that's definitely subjective, and that's definitely on me. And that doesn't mean that this is a bad piece, because I don't think it is. And let me tell you why. There's tons of positives here. The sculpt is perfect. It's painted beautifully. The gimmicks are awesome. It's just, trust me, you're paying for them. The materials feel good. In fact, they feel great. And although the figure doesn't require much articulation, what is there is done well. So is it a strong recommend from me? Absolutely 100% if you're interested. That being said, it's not quite enough interest to me for me to get one, but I do think it's great. And I do think if you want a huge old Quintesson, to get this one and then cross your fingers that they do the Scientist. And maybe a shark robot. Give me a break. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.